really rate which post that they are promoted and which one have the more efficiency. Well, apparently because they limited my profile adding to only four, I added all our profile to this, and the only they get free is the free comparison for the same industry is Shangri-La, which is not an apple to apple. But yeah, just to be clear about the features, this is the one of the features that they offer. And moving on to the second feature. Oh yeah, so they have this part too. So the first part that I mentioned before is in the analytics part, but they also have this publisher part where they actually give us feature to schedule. It's like I would say like good, but what's great about Social Baker, they actually so the first time you signed up, they ask what industry like are you in. So when we put hospitality, they will craft the what's it called competitors and the drafts of like a suggestion of what you should post. And this there's some example. So they created a template tailored for your business. And then number three, the social listening. So yeah, you can type any of your keyword, and they will show you all all posts in the social media that talking about that, uh, from Twitter, Facebook. Based on your queries, you can type property management, you can type summer vacation or Bali. You know what's in trend, so they do the social listening for you. They tell you what's the trend on that particular topics, and your audience's size, the top five, and even shows you the top social platform for each topic too. The big minus in this feature is it's only applicable on Facebook and Twitter, but no social listening on Instagram apparently. So moving on to number four. Yeah, this is one of the inspiration board that I've been talking about. So you put the keyword and they gave you the more like Pinterest, I think, like the inspiration board. But yeah, more like a Pinterest. So they gave you the inspiration that what are people posting in for that particular keyword. And this is very. And number six is discover audience by AI, legends, which is closed in this free account. But yeah, they from what they told us, yeah, they can target with precision about your. They can tell you who your audience is, but I cannot dig very deep about that because it's a paid feature and da, da, da. Oh yeah, this is also a great feature. They can do deep analysis on your potential influencer for your brand. So when you put in your keywords and your topics here, they will cook up and show you who's the best influencer for your platform and for your business, and then they give you the details of the profile, like the followers they have and what interests they do, and then the demographic and the hashtag that they use, and then the profiles that mention them a lot, and also the brand that mentioned by them also that details. And here's the bidder part. Yeah, this is the pricing for social bidder. The bidder part. Yeah, so yeah, that's the summary on Baker. Any thoughts? No? Jing, perhaps, since you suggest to dig around in this social Baker stuff. Hmm?
Yes. Can we take a look at the pricing plan again?
Sorry, what?
The pricing plan.
Hmm.
Which plan is the most suitable for, let's say, your use?
Sorry, sir.
which plan would you want us to have? Oh, Deepa, you're muted. Oh, now everyone's okay. I'll go ahead. Deepa, thanks for doing the presentation. I saw the list of the features and the benefits of Social Baker. Now, I think it's actually a pretty good idea to try out this new tool since we have a lot of social media programs that we want to implement this month. So it's kind of like when we hire people, right? If we don't give them a trial, then we don't know really what they're capable of. So I prefer to err in the side of it's exactly the same as on-site trials. We pay for on-site trials, and we can pay for trials for new programs too as well. So I think in this particular case, I'll just make a general SLA motion. I motion that we write down a list of all the software programs that we're using, things that are in trial, and some things that we've committed to buy, and that way we can keep track of what subscriptions we're on to as well. And I think if you guys want to try out anything, then just get approval from finance and put it on, and then we just review the list of SaaS programs that are in the Bukit Vista collection, I guess, and then we make a decision maybe every month. What do we want to keep and what do we not want to keep? Yeah. So then what I'm doing is I'm hoping to create more freedom for people to just go ahead and try out new programs whenever they want to try, and then we just veto off programs. So there's no block to starting a new program or starting a new trial. The veto system is just to come back on it once a month and say, are we paying for this and why are we paying for it and is it leading to any benefits? So anybody on the digital marketing team is free to essentially reimburse for any SaaS that they want to use. And that way you can get started without having to go through any approvals. Does that sound like a good idea? Okay, so back to you.
Okay, I think yeah. That, oof. Yeah, I think if we starting a paper maybe also a good idea based on but the key is to record everything, right? What are the results that we are trying to reach with that tools. So shit. Mr. Scudder, can you help me to type Google and to start what is it? What should we call it? Tool, digital marketing tool paper.
It's just a
What?
echo.
What?
If I talk right now, there's going to be a... Okay, I'll just go ahead. What I'm suggesting is essentially just a subscription list, right? So anybody can go ahead and subscribe to any new trial program they want for any service, any software service. They just need to write down what they subscribe to onto the subscription list. So it makes the approval process faster and it makes the ability to try out things faster. So I just need to coordinate a little bit between finance such that finance will automatically approve any subscription. Not year-long subscriptions, but it's like by month, then I think it's fine. So all we do is just have a regular part of our sync up is to look at that subscription and determine what tools have we subscribed and are they useful, are they not useful, so that essentially it's lower friction. It allows you to, let's say somebody wants to do social media management and they want to try out social listening, they want to play around with that, so they don't have to go and bring this up and get a long approval process. They can just say, hey, look, I want to buy this for a month, and they go to finance or they reimburse it, right? Some sort of quick finance system, and we just go ahead. And then the only thing we do is we just vote off. We just cancel subscriptions that are useless instead of looking for. So it's just my idea to sort of free up and reduce frictions for tool acquisition and tool discovery. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Moving on. Okay. Is there any further discussion though for this tool?
Uh,
Yeah. Result?
yeah, I think it's like it's like a project or experiment, right? So should we uh, pick someone that want to volunteer for testing the social baker, or
Sure. Uh, we're talking about. I'm planning to make the subscription list first,
mm,
and then I already volunteered to take tip about the social baker last week up. Edging.
Deepa, if I can join you on that sub discussion, I think we can talk about a format. We can talk about a format.
Yeah.
Perhaps each new tool has a tool champion. So there'll be like a person who says, "Hey, I really think we should use this tool, and I'm going to go ahead and purchase the tool to try it out." And then the tool champion is essentially, looking at it, and then we just have essentially an approval process for how we're going to finance it. Like, is it going to be a reimbursement, or do they ask for money, or do they put it on the Bukit Vista credit card? And then a review system just to check every month, maybe once every 4 sync ups. Is this tool useful, and do we want to still use it? And we ask the tool champion, hey, should we still use Social Baker? You've used it for a month, and they say yes, it's great, it's awesome. More people should use this tool. It's kicking ass, and my social media account is going up like crazy. Then yeah, then. But that's a sub discussion I'd like to have with Deepa.
I think that would be great. So yeah, Secretary, can you please take a link to there? We will have some discussion with people about the format of the subscription. And is there anything else for the tools? Okay, so we move on to new business of content management. Jing, logo system.
Ah,
Wanna
beautiful.
talk
Okay.
about it?
Thank you very much. All right. So
This is Michael Baker. I'm Michael Baruch.
okay.
Wanna
Deepa,
introduce this?
okay. So what I'd like to invite everyone to do, what I'd like everyone to do is actually just watch this video, okay, on your own time, and that will create the discussion for the next digital marketing sync up. So what this was about was fairly interesting. This is one of the guys who actually designed a lot of world-class logos for a lot of companies. So he talks about basically what goes into the consideration of a logo design and what a logo design actually means. And he clarifies some beginner mistakes about interpretation of a logo. And this video is very, very informative, and also it's very authoritative as well about the different types of logos, and also a new type of logo that's coming out. The one that I want to just briefly share with everyone is the age of digital has actually changed the way that logos can be distributed. Logos used to be fixed, like let's say Coca-Cola for a long time. They're putting their logos on bottles, on trays, on windows, and these are not easily changeable, right? Essentially, they're fixed. So the new logos, like on the internet, are your email signature, the little favicon, your Twitter handle signature, your profile picture. So these logos are easy to change in a snap. So you can have more diversity around your logo, and you can have different themes on a particular logo. The Bukit Vista, for example, we have a different logo for every squad, right? So we used a logo system that allows us to change components of the logo while retaining the same identity, which is pretty cool. So I'm just opening up this up as a FYI. I hope everyone can actually get a chance to watch it. It's just 4 minutes. It's super, super good. And it also gives the correct expectations of what a logo can be and what a logo ends up becoming too as well. Okay, back to you, Deepa.
So, Jing has motion to everybody to came into this paper and watch this video, and we'll discuss it into the next link up. So, can Secretary write that down and move back to the old business, please? Thank you very much. And from FIDA, Digital Marketing Consultation.
Okay, so for the consultation was actually brought up by me and Mr. Jin, I believe 2 weeks ago. about since we were planning to have a social media manager, like to recruit social media manager. So I offered to actually. So I have a who is now working as a digital marketing specialist at HE and NGE in Japan. Previously, I talked to this friend. It's called his name is Jasman. So he's working in HE and NGE. It's so he's in charge for the digital marketing there in HE. So
It's strange. Why does it change when it goes from
in
Debo?
that we want to have with this person.
Debo's talking.
So I just brought this up because I would be like the bridge to talk with him.
It's from the best laptop, so it's,
Oh,
it's
too
not
far away.
possible. Yeah.
Can everybody hear that clearly? On a peer, does everybody on a peer can hear that clearly? Yeah, Jing?
Let me just reiterate what I
can
think Vita said. Vita said she has a friend that works in digital marketing, and we should have a consultation with him. Is that right?
What?
Well, I can hear you. Like,
Okay. What I heard was Vita has a friend that works in digital marketing, and we want to get a consultation with him.
yes.
Okay.
Isn't that like the discussion that we talked about like 2 weeks ago? I
Yeah.
think.
Okay, so
So my thing here is to bring up like what kind of digital marketing consultation that we want to do with him.
Okay. Is he already agreed or like some?
I talked to him, right, and then he said that yeah, it's doable. So since he lives in Japan, so it's going to be like a online consultation. But I asked about the rate as well, and he said that rate will be just like per project. So
Per
let's say,
project.
so we need to know like what is the
I
output
see.
that we want to achieve. So he will charge based on the output,
Very interesting.
not based on the hours or times of consultation.
I see. Yes, Jing?
I think in this particular case, Vita, we have a resource, but we don't have a purpose yet.
What?
We
We
have
don't
a
have what?
resource, but we don't have a purpose yet. So if we, let's say, for example, in digital marketing, this person can be a resource if we need, let's say, to start a Facebook campaign, right? To acquire new owners or something. But currently, let's go over to Deba. Is there any projects that we're working on right now that we have, let's say, we can't see over the horizon? Like we have visibility issues or project management issues or sort of we need to consult with an expert on.
Yes, that is actually a great timing because I will discuss it later on the. I have stuck on this November event thing. I'll discuss it more in the Blogs New Business. But I think yeah, the idea of the consultation of digital marketing itself, I think that's more valuable instead of like hiring someone that are already experienced because in the consultation term we can learn from the person and we can actually apply it and distribute the knowledge on our internal team also. So yeah. But to answer Jing's question, yeah, I've got some speed bumps that I cannot see the what's the next step. So maybe that will be the first thing that I can consult to him if you already agree, of course, with the rates and all that stuff. Or yeah. So,
In that particular case, I think then you and Vita should have a discussion, and then just come back to me if you guys need like a financial approval for what the consultation cost is. Okay.
sorry, can you repeat that again? I just found on a trick, so if I mute, you will sound clear.
Okay.
Can you repeat that?
So in this particular case, I think Vita has a resource and you have a purpose. So you guys can work together to find what's the best way to align that resource to the purpose that you want, Deba. I guess figure out what it is that you need the consult. Well, first qualify the consultant. Make sure that they can help in this particular case. That they have relevant experience or they have relevant background and motivation. And then yeah, if you need any approval or anything for this, just come back and say, okay, we need a consultant to figure out how to do whatever it is, and then it's matched.
Okay, alright. So here's what I'm saying. So I will have some discussion with Vita.
Yep.
But the result that we delivered on the next step is it's not about the project, it's not about what. But I think the first step is to evaluate the consultant itself to make sure that he's really legit. And basically, yeah, the result is to have a yes or a no for this consultation. Yeah. Can you, because it's very happy to record that. Thank you very much. Moving on. Is there any further discussion about this? Okay. No? Alright. Moving on to Twitter. Oh yeah, this is the new one that we added. Yeah, you know about.
Yes.
Okay. Scrolling up. Video content. Result. Hosting video template. Any updates that? You want to update that?
Yes, you can. You can open the paper, please. Okay, so this is it's like my OKR for this month, I guess.
It's a bounty too.
Yes, I think so. So it's like about the objective is to increase the social media engagement and delight our guests through video content. And the key result is every host or people in our company can easily use this template to make a video. And then that the essentially of my project. So if you can scroll down, so this is like a recording grade that I made on my mind. So if you have everything or feedback, maybe you can put on that. And also the editing guide. So essentially I use iMovie, so it's like universal program video editor on our company because we use Mac OS, and so everyone can use it for free and also use it for simply. Okay, I think that's for me, and it's still on prototype, so it's not done yet. But I will need feedback if everyone want to try to use this template. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Rizal. Is there any discussion from the room for this particular topics about hosting video template? Oh yeah, Jing.
Rizal, I think this is kind of like any tool that we want to cross-pollinate across the company. So in this particular case, use Chandra's idea of user design, of design thinking. So ultimately, what you're looking to get is you're looking to get more hosts to use this template in order to actually get the videos out that they want to send to guests or in certain situations. So I think this is going to be a iterative approach, like the way that we're designing on-site trials,
Yeah.
right? So you're going to have to see like how the hosts are using it. You're going to have to ask them, why are you not using it? What's your friction? And some parts of it might be just they don't know that it exists. Some part of it might be something else. Oh, I'll give you an example, guys. And this has to do with everybody's pay yesterday, actually. So this is an interesting case of design thinking. So Geeky came up with this idea of using Typeform to put in everybody's salary. So the idea was that salary, expenses, and deductions would all kind of line up, right? And so it was supposed to be simple by using Typeform, but what I realized it was really complicated. It looks simple enough, but what happens is that if you use this to put in everybody's salary, you need to make about 7 keystrokes for each person. So you need to select who they are, what squad they're in, who you are, is it salary or this. And so each input is like a minute to put in each person's salary. Before we were using Google Sheets, and that was super fast because you could just do it all in parallel, right? This person paste. But the Typeform has actually made it longer and harder. So yes, it is a template, and it's supposed to make things easier. But in this particular case, after using it yourself, you realize, whoa, this has actually made things harder. It's made things actually more lengthy. And it's even worse because when you scale to more and more people, this will, of course, be more and more, take longer and longer to complete. So I think in terms of designing a tool, we always have to think about how the user engages with this tool or this template. And success, I think in many cases, is not the creation of the tool, but it's actually the adoption of the tool
Yeah.
and a high amount of engagement with the tool. That is that is some takeaways we learned with Bayou during the days of creating a lot of tools. And yeah, anyways, that's my advice for you, Rizal.
Okay, any further comment from Rizal in order to rebound Jin? Maybe no. Okay, so help me to understand this more clearly. So it's still a prototype. It's not the final product yet.
Nope.
Okay. All right. So
But
do
you
you
can,
have a?
but you can
Yeah.
see the result of this template on the Google Drive on the new business.
Sorry.
You
Sorry,
can,
what?
You can see the result of the video from the link that I attached on the new business.
You can attach a link to a template. I mean, a template is a file. Oh,
Yes, it's
okay.
no.
Oh, that's the finished video.
Yes,
Okay, got it.
but everyone can use the template because it's
Ah, got it. Okay. Oh, I get it.
She's actually one of the people down so we can look at her stuff. Oh my god, look at that. What are the chances? Just met her at
All right. So that is the result of the template.
yes. It looks simple, so yeah, I think yes, pretty much from here.
Okay, is there any discussion about this template? Cynthia, what do you think about this host template?
Okay, actually, that's definitely simple. It's really exciting. Yeah, because like we need to follow up on these things. With this video, can we host edit this or need content to do that? Or but I think yeah, for me it's pretty much good for the video.
Okay.
And yeah.
Any other feedbacks? Novel?
I think we need. This is for Instagram or for YouTube.
It's for 60 seconds, so it's for social media. I think it's for Instagram. It can be for
Instagram or
Facebook and
Facebook.
Twitter. No for Facebook. No, sorry, no
No.
for YouTube.
No, for YouTube, right? I think we need more some discussion about this thing. This is good enough, but maybe for social media is still too long for 60 seconds. We need to make more directly make people interest with our video, or need to change the core of the video at the beginning. I think when we tell about social media, because when we tell about social media, people is easy to scroll down when the people is not interested at the beginning. You get my point?
Gotta have a hook video. So.
Yes.
Okay, for me, here's my main question. Will it be? This is the purpose of this template was supposed to be make it easier for hosts to submit video, right?
Yep.
Will it be easier for them to just record it on their phones
Hmm.
or using a iMovie? And what do you guys think about the result? I mean, I think the link that result sent is basically it's very doable to like Instagram story.
Hmm.
We have some previous experiment before. We asked hosts to basically just send a video from their phone. It was like working for like a week or two, but they don't submit anymore. I mean, like the takeaway is if from their own phone they are lazy to submit, then I don't know what will happen if you ask them to edit it on iMovie. So yeah, that's my main. So let me repeat my question again. Uh, will this kind of result video or that result presented today is that possible to do that on Instagram story itself?
I think it's possible to do it in the Instagram story. Besides, it's more simple
Uh-huh.
and you can get like if you and it will be easier for hosts too because they have other jobs to do. I don't think they will have time for iMovie. So I think it will be good and it will be effective if we do that from the Instagram stories.
Okay. Okay. Jing, you raise your hand.
Here's the thing. So I put a bounty up originally for actually creating the host video template. And the idea behind that was actually not for social media. The idea for that was two things. It was for actually sending it to guests. So if we could actually send a video to guests and train hosts how to create videos to send to guests, then they could update and make their things more interesting. But I guess the scope of it has actually expanded a bit now into other areas, and I guess that has created more conversation around, what this is. I think if the best way I think is just to let Rizal work currently on his current scope and see what the get to the first failure point, right? Get to the first iteration, and then we decide what sort of pivot to take next because we're expanding the scope right now, right? We're talking about this and then this and then this and then this, and now we're locked into not taking action. So if Rizal wants to go ahead and try it out and have a host template, I would say his first milestone should be who's the first host who's actually going to start using this template and start applying it to whatever they want to do, whether they distribute it through WhatsApp or they distribute it through Instagram or they distribute it through whatever. Let's get to that milestone first because ultimately, let's see some data before we start knocking everything this way or getting discussion too broad. Because I notice this always happens for video discussions for some reason. Every video discussion, we always get into this the social media, Instagram, and we never produce a video, right? And that's why I gave a core value recognition to Vita, because instead of just we just make a video and it worked, and it's got 170 views already. So let's take the same approach, I think, towards this. We all know that in order for video to really work, we're going to have to give 100 iterations anyways. We saw how the Singaporean vlogger did that, and so let's start iterating and let's take a next evaluation after we see some data. Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, I get it. I think the main concern here is not about I think the main concern is you explained the different goal. Jing explained that the bounty is for it's for the guest, and result when we asked this when Naufal asked what's this for, and he answered social media. So it's okay to experimenting. It's okay to work on something that you really want to work on, but it will be nicer, right, if you know that your effort is used by that it's used to some result instead of you're throwing off your bandwidth to like something that we won't be using in the future. So I think the first step that we need to do here is to determine our goal in this template, whether it's for guest or for social media first. And after that, after we came up with the goals, then result can. I think it will be easier for result to set the pathway towards that goal. Okay. Yes, Jing.
Is the goal to actually just create more content fluency for hosts? Is that like, I would imagine it's like the goal to me seems, I'm just guessing here, but just clarify, it's like Mad Libs. So Mad Libs made copywriting easier for all the content team because it created some structure and it created fewer decision-making processes for people who were going to do copywriting. So I think in a particular element, we see that there's a lot of opportunities for hosts to capture good videos because they're engaging with guests, they're out in the field. So what I imagine a template for videos to do is exactly the same what Mad Libs does for copywriting. It essentially then gives the host sort of a 3-step process to create killer videos that they can use for whatever the hell they want, right? Whether it's social media or whether they want to post it on YouTube or whatever sort of channel they want. It's like copywriting, just put it wherever you think it should be. But at least now that really valuable content of guest engagements, of seeing a villa for the first time, that can now be captured in video format by people who are closest to the action. So it's mostly, in my mind, an educational, or it's just a way, it's a tool. And however you want to use the tool is up to you.
Okay, I think that's great. So I want to Jing and Rizal have a sub discussion,
Yes.
and then the next sync up, you guys will deliver the result of what is the goal of this video first, at least, so that it will make it easier for Rizal to set the pathway towards that goal. So Secretary, can you help me to record that on the paper?
So yeah.
Shall we move on?
Or
think
does
the
it
same
have
like
a
Mad Libs.
Sub discussion and come up with the goal for the video.
The most frustrating
Okay.
part I have with
So, now for
they
the
are
discussion.
around a lot of good content.
Oke, sudah lapar. Oke, yang move gara-gara gudeg nih kan, gara-gara idenya Risa. Okay, so basically what I wrote here, like that looks like a comics, is basically what I told you guys about the speed bumps that I'm having about the digital marketing. So instead of like discussing it here and not finding a solution, I motion to just put this into the sub discussion that I will have with Mira, and I will come up with the result next week. Do I have a second? Okay. Sorry for the discussion. No, vote. Okay, yes. Terus. Lanjut. Oke. Cepat aja Instagram. Kemarin intinya ngelanjutin yang tadi kita sempat bahas di old Vista.
SSD, yeah.
Oh no! Can you guys see us clearly? If you can see us clearly, please raise your hand. Here in the online world. Okay. It's just us then. It's just us. Okay. All right. So since we already tried to mention Ara on the episode of the staycation giveaway, I found some submission actually on the Instagram about the copywriting contest. So maybe if Ara and Gani ever talk about it in the sub discussion, you can yeah. So there's actually a submission. I don't know whether Gani or Ara noticed that about the August staycation. Are you guys creating it, Gani? You don't know this?
I didn't follow the update.
Okay, so who is curating the result of the submission?
Hi.
Did you curating the submission?
What is curating?
Like kumpulin hasil submissionnya, Cok.
Yeah. So submission can be actually looked at in the tagged account of our Instagram. And then the updates for this one is actually this on the seminar that we had in UGM previously. We just announced it to actually gain another applicants to these projects. Hello.
Terus announcementnya kapan?
The announcement, as already stated on the caption, it will be on the 13th of September.
Ah, salah paper maaf.
Okay, also for I'm planning to actually have the advertisement sponsored if it's possible.
We still have that friction with getting the advertisements on Instagram
Oh,
to
still.
work, yeah. But okay, yeah. Diba, we have tried to promote the post twice on the main Instagram profile. Both times have failed, but strangely enough, when we promote posts on the new Instagram profile, it succeeds. I'm not sure why it keeps on failing.
Sir, actually, me and Gani has make another post for this vacation, and this post we can promote this post because Instagram has notified us to promote this post.
Okay, I'll try to promote it now then.
Okay. So because the first post we rejected from Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we repost again. I and Gani repost again with different content, and we get the notification from Instagram to promote it.
Okay.
So just promote it to make it works like that.
Okay.
I'm not sure they get it. But I get it. Paham.
Huh?
Aku nggak yakin mereka paham
We're
juga.
promoting it on the Bukit Vista channel.
Help me to
Is that clear enough over that? What Gandhi and Novel did?
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
not?
Yeah. Here. I just want to. I want to raise. I just realized something. I realized something. The audience for this giveaway is actually targeted towards employees, right? Future employees. So the promotion was put on the @Bukit Vista, the original main account. So I'm wondering if it's actually a good channel to promote this. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I totally get it, but I think it's technical because Novel just explained that he and Gani are made another post, but not only photos,
yes,
not including text, right?
Right.
And there are some apps invitation from Instagram,
Yes.
so it will be
We need to promote it because
Mhm.
the last one, the promotion is rejected from Instagram.
okay. So basically, on the new post, Instagram is inviting us to just click on the button to promote it. If you can see it on the post.
All right, I'll promote it.
Okay. All right. So can we move on, or is there any further discussion about this? Lanjut dah. Tayang kasih yang udah. Udah. Okay. This is I'll try to deliver this fast. So whoever I think we agreed previously that we should reply to comments and DMs, and I'm still seeing it's just in the multiple sync up now. I'm still seeing an unreplied DMs, and yeah, still want to know who is usually doing this regularly to reply those DMs.
Me.
Are you still replying to DMs?
Yeah. But
But, yeah.
on your Snap page, I'm not following you up.
Yeah, I mean that's okay, but I just want to remember that we already agreed this on the previous sync up that this is the most organic way that we can engage to our audience, and just friendly reminder on replying everything. We have the brand avatar too, for the guide if you're confused on
This is amazing.
how to reply.
Hyper.
And I think for this one, we have a simple
Compressed text.
demographic right on our Instagram. There's a local user, local audiences, and foreign user. But what do you guys think? Will it be better if we reply bahasa comment with a bahasa reply, or we should stick on the English?
I think
Yes. Yeah.
I think it would be better for us to adjust and adapt to the
Mm, mm.
I do agree with you.
Mhm.
I think it will be better if we adapt with
The language, yeah, yeah. Just like what we are keeply discuss on the brand avatar. So this is one of the way how we connect with the audience. But one of it is just basically just the most simplest form is to speak their language basically. Is that noted, Connie? Okay, mantap Sul. Okay, I think that's it. For the next person, D. Honda.
Dista.
What? You're writing, right? This is digital marketing. And this person. Wanna try to share?
Ya,
Yeah. Okay. What's next?
tiba-tiba
Apa cuk? Iya, apa kan?
yang bawah-bawah tuh. Aku ada masukin new business baru.
We'll rotate the profile.
We already passed the time. Is that really urgent?
So like every week we change it from Jojo to Bali.
What's this?
Atas.
Like our metrics monthly.
Ini.
Yeah.
Ah, I see.
Rizal.
Okay. Front end, back end, video experiment. Atasnya.
No. Ya itu.
Okay.
Ya.
Okay. Which is today or tomorrow, Sandrinalin?
Tomorrow?
Who wants to be the editor?
Halo.
Late.
Yes.
It's way too late. Yeah.
Do you want to be the editor, Gani?
Got him.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Sorry, I just asking what is the update of the article since now already submitted.
The update about the article, but you put it there. You're the one who put it there.
He is asking about that.
The update, huh?
Iya kan kemarin
Who's supposed to write the article?
aku kirim ke kamu artikelnya. Terus maksudnya next actionnya tuh gimana gitu.
Kamu tuh aku apa novel?
Aku tanya juga.
Oh, Diva. Offline aja ya, Lur, ya gimana?
Ya. Oke.
Guys, for everybody's information, if you have something you want to say in the field or the sync up, just put it on the new business before the sync up, yeah?
Yep.
Is that noted? Well, so we can save more time about this long and winding road. Okay, so for the next year person will be Divanda, and secretary will be VWXJ. Alvin! Okay.
So I need to join the next week.
Yeah.
I want to 4 p.m. Bali time.
Yeah. I'll second that. Is there any further discussion?
His success.
Okay, I'm listening to adjourn the meeting. 5 seconds. Okay, meeting adjourned.
Oh wait.
Yes!
Oh, wait.
Yeah, kenapa?
I think we should teach him that. Hey, Diba.
Yes, sir.
This is just an offline discussion with Okay, never mind.
Vegan.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hey, that's. Oh, they're back. They're back.
Sorry.
No worries. Okay. Hey, Devanda has not been trained on democratic discussion yet, so this is one of the things the HR team needs to train him on. So please, Ara and Vita, make sure Devanda is well rehearsed in simulations on how to chair a meeting. Otherwise, the next meeting is going to be very unproductive. Okay. So this is why we're here in Jogja, guys, right? To spread that culture, and so that way, that part is ready to go. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
See you guys back in a
Yo,
minute.
yo.
Hey guys, hey Jin, someone wants to talk. Some two want to talk to you.
We already
Devanda.
give
Yeah,
the furniture
Devanda, do you know how to chair a